Hello everybody, and welcome back to the King Fox channel. My name's Matt Conager, and I'm building a Kit Fox Series 7 STI, which is here behind
Somebody
me.
dialed in and said they wanted to see me file, so you got it. So I've had a little drink of water. Whew, all that drilling makes a guy thirsty. Chisels and files. It's the appropriate drawer. I still haven't got a large round file. Still working with these little guys right now, but they do the trick. And if I buy one round file, I'll probably have to buy a set of 10, so. Although I'm kind of new to the file world, so I don't know if there's sets or if one size fits all or a tapered file is all you need. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go with this round one. It's half round. It's a good nickname for somebody. Half round. And I'm just gonna take these hairy edges off. I actually like the way this stuff files down. It's pretty nice. Gives a smooth finish. Maybe I need to try my hand at some fiberglass. Actually, what I'd really like to do is make a mold of my seat pan out of carbon fiber. So if anybody does that or has tips and tricks on that, I'd like to hear about it. Okay, that one's cleaned up. The front doesn't really need any work. I'll do the same back here. Test fit again. Perfect up top. Darn nice in the middle. And stellar at the bottom. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret now. I have a minor dilemma, but I think I know how to fix it already. So cut it flush up top. We're looking good on our weldments here. Right in here, that looks nice. Everything's looking good down here, and I'm uptight against that framing member. But on this side, I've got rib. Can you see that? Yeah, I've got rib right here to adhere to. Over on this side, I don't. So I could do one of two things. I could make this hole bigger on the top, file more on the tops of those because I'm going to have to shift this piece down so it hits here. But I think instead what I'm going to do is lay another piece of balsa, or not balsa, birch plywood on top of there like so. Well, let me move this clamp. So maybe two. I'll just adhere them to that piece, and then this will have something to adhere to, and I can put a little bit of super fill or Bondo filler, or you know what I'm talking about. Make it look nice right down there. Instead of going through all that other hassle, I think this will be the easier fix. And I could probably go with maybe some wood glue and some epoxy, or just epoxy. Anyway, I actually like the way that fits, so I prefer to leave it like that. So now I'm just going to clean it up with probably some denatured alcohol or something. And I'm going to, oh, nope, I'm not.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I'm going to put it back on there, and I'm going to mark all my ribs where I've got to trim them out a little bit to give them that flare like they had here, so that this piece lays in flush and the skin comes right across there. So that's what I'm going to do now. Put that guy on there, I'm going to clamp him in place so it's up tight like somebody, and then do some sanding on wood, which I don't mind. Don't mind sanding on the wood. And I know you want to watch me mark that. Nobody wants to miss anything, especially me. Okay. It's actually a little too big. Those are probably too small, or maybe not. Yeah, I can use a big one up top, big one down below, and a little one up top. Okay. That one I don't need to mark because I'm going to have to add a piece in there. Now I'm going to take it off. So it's pretty dusty. I think a little maybe denatured alcohol, but I'm gonna do a search and see if denatured alcohol affects fiberglass in a bad way or not.
Great Scott!
I'm going to test fit those rebates on that I just put on the ribs. We'll see how they are. So we'll look at this one in particular. So that's what I did is there was a recess already on the rib, and I had to move it back so that this flat edge can fit up tight against here. These tails, fins, will fit into this section of the fairing and be supported all around. They'll help support the fairing. So I moved these rebates back so that the skin will come back and lay perpendicular once I epoxy these on and clamp it. They'll fit flush with the ribs. So I just want to test fit and make sure that all of them seem to be rebated to the proper amount. And it is looking as though they grew there. So I'm liking that. Look, all the way down to the bottom. Looks good. So I think I'm going to epoxy that piece on down there that I was talking about. I think I'm going to be ready to mount that and mount it, clamp it, get it attached to the fuselage. Give you a little bit of a top-down look. See those rebates in there? All the way down. All right, when the fairing is properly located, mark the top and bottom for trimming. Done that. Remove the fairing, trim it to length as necessary, then prep and bond the fairing in place. So I'm ready to prep and bond. I'm going to slightly scuff the aft end of the steel and the horizontal stabilizer with some Scotch-Brite, and then I'll get my High-Sol 9460 ready to mix up, and we'll bond her in place. So now I'm building up some extra pieces of stiffener material that I had left over, and I'm just going to make a little sandwich, stack them up, and then I'm going to affix them to the bottom rib in the aircraft. This is going to serve as a bearing surface for the side of the fairing that didn't actually touch this bottom rib. Instead of wood glue, I decided to go with epoxy since it seems to bond quite well.